We're up at Arthur's Pass. We're about to walk up the Bealey Valley Track. Yeah, so it just starts from over here, and then we're just heading along the Arthur's Pass walking track for about the first 10 minutes, and then you go off on a side track. How bulky you make it and how heavy. So we're just walking down the Arthur's Pass walking track at the moment. So the forest up here is just typical beech forest. It's fairly open. So there's a seat here that you can sit down on, and then we just go off down a side track about maybe 20 metres in front of us. So the Arthur's Pass walking track heads off to the right, and we're just going off to the left here. Oh, look at that bird there, lovely. On the side. Yeah, so that tomtit sat on the sign there and let us take a whole lot of photos of it. So you're just going down a set of stairs. You're heading down to the Bealey Chasm. Yeah. So that's the bridge over the Bealey Chasm. The next part of the track, you're just climbing up onto an old river terrace, and then heading over that old river terrace. Just climbing up from the Bealey Chasm. At the top of that climb, you just break out into like an old tarn that's silted up. So there's a big flat area you cross over, and then back into the bush over there in the distance, about maybe 100 metres away. Just making our way towards the bush line over there. That's looking down the Bealey Valley back down towards the township. So you're just making your way up all these boardwalk sections up beside the Bealey River, and you're heading up to where the track intersects with the river. There's a big old monster dacryphilium tree there. It's quite big, it's about probably 15 metres tall. getting up towards the river. I can hear some kakariki chittering away in the trees over to our right hand side. So we're just about at the river. You have to be careful about coming up here in the winter time because you get avalanches. There's some avalanche routes along the side of the river, so you just it's safe to go to this point in the winter time, but if you go past the river here, it can be quite dangerous. And so that's the Bealey River. That's looking up the Bealey River Valley right up to the base of Mt Rolleston there. So that's one of the faces of Mt Rolleston. Can't climb up from this side. Climbers, they go from the other directions. You can walk farther up the valley. There's a track just in from the edge of the tree line. And it basically goes up to a knob about another K up the river here, and then you can see down to the actual base of Mt Rolleston.
You can go up a bit further if you want.
No, this is as far as I was intending to go. We're just sitting up on the Bealey River, just looking up at the face of Rolleston that you can see from this side. You can go further up the river, but we're not going to do it, we'll just stay here. It's a nice day today. Yeah, so we're just going to start walking back out to the car park. Yeah, we were sitting there for about half an hour. It's a really lovely spot to sit. It's a nice lunch spot if you go up there and sit and eat your lunch. Yeah, it's on a sunny day, it's lovely. So that track over there is the one that takes you further up the valley. So if you want to head up further up Bealey Valley, you can just walk up there. Just be super cautious in the winter time because there's avalanche paths. Lots of things to videotape and photograph up here.
Here, I believe, I'm going to. Yeah, it's busy, it's hard, and you sometimes feel unappreciated by management, not by patient. Patients are, for the most part, very nice. But
yeah, so the trip back down towards the car park is a lot easier than going up to the river. You're heading downhill all the way, and there's a lot of this boardwalk up at the top of the track, so that stuff's all fairly easy to walk on. That's looking up to the Domit range on the other side of Arthur's Pass. and you can see there's a track that zigzags up the side of the hill over there, that's going up to the ski field there.
But like those two people, those were the only two people we saw.
That's looking up the Bealey Valley up towards the Otira Pass, Arthur's Pass. And then down valley towards the village.
That's very different, isn't it?
It's looking down valley towards Arthur's Pass Township. Yeah. That's looking up to Mt Rolleston. Just heading back into the bush and down to Bealey Chasm. Track going back down to the bridge is a bit rocky and slippery, so just take a bit of care when you're going down. It's another native tomtit watching me from the tree. Or rather, no, that's a New Zealand bush robin, isn't it? Back down at the bridge over the Bealey Chasm. That's the stairs heading back up to the main track. Arthur's Pass walking track's also a really nice track. You can walk all the way from the village all the way up to Arthur's Pass. So there's the end of the track. So that's a mile marker, marking mile 53. That's a holdover from back in the days when there were stagecoaches going over the mountains here. There's a whole line of these right along the road from the Bealey Valley all the way to Christchurch. You can still see them every now and then on the sides of the road. Yeah, and there's one every mile. Yeah, so that's the end of the Bealey Valley Track. Yeah, it's a really nice walk. It's one of my favourites up here in Arthur's Pass. The only one I like better than that is the Otira Pass, so come try it out. Yep, cool. See ya.